The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. That single step, taken forward with courage, confidence, and conviction, culminates into something path-breaking and incredible. This exactly has been the saga extraordinaire of one of the premier maritime institutes in India, Tolani Maritime Institute. The journey, which commenced on 24th of September 1998, is celebrating its silver jubilee year. Shri Prabhadas Sakhawat Rai Tolani, fondly known as Kaka, a migrant from undivided India, had settled in the city of Bombay, and together with his children, they ran a successful construction business. Kaka was of the firm conviction that business has no place in society unless it contributes to societal development. Further, he firmly believed that the progress of a nation can only come with education. Kaka involved himself in setting up several successful educational institutes in Gujarat. His entrepreneurial son, Dr. Nandalal Prabhadas Tolani, forayed into other businesses including ship owning and ship management, which went on to become their flagship business. Dr. Tolani, guided by Kaka's philosophy, wished to carry forward his father's legacy in the form of institutes of higher learning.
I got the bug of education from my father, and it has continued ever since.
He decided to establish these in Maharashtra, the state in which he had successfully established and run his businesses. After having established Tolani College of Commerce in Mumbai in 1989, Dr. N.P. Tolani dreamt of setting up a top-class university in India in line with Cornell University, the institute from where he himself had obtained master's and PhD degrees. Dr. N.P. Tolani started scouring for land in Saswad, Narayangau and Pune in 1993. Education has been one of the passions of my life. The best way for India to progress is through education. It is not a business, but must be operated professionally. Upon the advice of Vice Admiral Manohar P. Auti, Dr. N.P. Tolani visited the village of Induri and was attracted towards Induri because of the mighty Indrayani river flowing through it, and because of Bhandara Hill, the hill on which Sant Tukaram's temple has been built, and the temperate climate. Dr. N.P. Tolani used to visit the landowners every weekend and started acquiring land. He purchased the first tract of land at Induri on 9th October 1993. For discussing the idea of Cornell-like university in India, he invited the president, Dale Corson of Cornell University, took him to Talegaon and showed him the land, almost 120 acres.
He invited president of Cornell University and discussed the idea and took him to Talegaon, showed him the land. So then president says, listen, the project like Cornell University, we require 500 acres of land, and which is not possible here. So doctor, you forget it. A doctor was a great bridge player. So he says, doctor, go and play bridge. Doctor was a little disappointed.
In the year 1996, the government opened up maritime education to the private sector.
He came to office, he called me. He said, Ashok, I want to pay back to the industry where I burned. So I said, sir, what is your idea? He says, I want to create a maritime education training institute of world class.
As a consequence of talks with Dr. B.R. Natarajan, Bits Pilani, and discussions with Mr. Rohit Tolani and Captain P.S. Barve, 3-semester diploma courses were being thought of. Dr. N.P. Tolani wanted only a degree course.
He was in construction business once upon a time. How did he come into shipping? He decided, I want to do shipping. He took advice from everybody else who was also available and started shipping directly. Same thing on this, he said, I also want to do training. And my own ships are there. Why can't I start training for marine people? And he started the training part of it also.
A presentation was made to Mr. Michael Pinto, the then DG, and he felt that it was a splendid idea. Therefore, BTech Marine Engineering course started. The permissions were obtained, the land was available, but there was no infrastructure and there was no time to lose. Therefore, once the requisite permissions were taken care of, eventually the Marine Engineering program started with 115 students, including 2 girls, on 24th September 1998 at the temporary campus at Sharda Center in Pune.
Little by little, we built up the infrastructure at Sharda Center for giving teaching to the students of the first batch. Now, Talegaon was not ready at that time, which is at Tunduri where it is now. So, we had to manage with everything at Pune itself.
Late Dr. Gowarikar, a renowned nuclear physicist, handled the opening and operations of the institute at Sharda Center with celerity and alacrity. The late Dr. C.P. Srivastav, former Secretary General, IMO, at the request of Dr. N.P. Tulani, consented to be the founding chairperson of the governing council of TMI. Dr. C.P., as fondly known to all, contributed immensely to TMI in its early years. Dr. N.P. Tulani got numerous allies and supporters who share his passion. Akin to any other remarkable success story, the Institute and its members have had their fair share of toil, tribulations, and triumph. They had a major contribution in turning Dr. N.P. Tulani's vision into a reality. This milestone is the labor of their love and singular focus to create a world-class maritime institute.
TMI, while it is pride of the people who have been associated in forming it, but I think it has become pride of the country. And most of the dignitaries, when they come from all over the world, even the government organizations would show TMI as an institution here, providing maritime training. I think that stands out for me, and that's a matter of pride because I have been individually involved also in setting it up.
The entire housing complex, namely the Springfield complex, ground floor plus 9-story building and swimming pool, was bought for the accommodation of TMI students. For sports, the students were taken by buses to the NCC ground, Pune. Initially, the food was served to the students in their rooms. It was felt that it is imperative to develop social etiquettes in the students. Therefore, a mess was designed on the ground floor, and it was decided that the students would have to assemble in the mess attired in their uniform. In the meantime, while the courses were being held at Sharda Center, work at the Induri campus was in full flow. While overseeing the construction in 1999, Dr. N.P. Tulani suffered a serious head injury. Thankfully, his son, Mr. Rohit Tulani, picked up the gauntlet and ensured that the construction continued unabated. The phase 1 of the construction at Induri was completed in August 2000. The campus was ready for occupancy in September 2000, and the operations were shifted from Sharda Center to Induri, Talegaon.
When the campus got inaugurated, that time there was workshop and East Block. That's it. It was the first time when the big logo got painted. So what we had done that time, we covered it with the curtain. So the ribbon was cut in the workshop that Mr. Pinto inaugurated. He pressed a button and the curtain parted.
TMI was drawing water from the river Indrayani at a point 6 kilometers away from the campus. This water was being treated to provide potable water to the entire campus. A self-sufficient and up-to-date sewage and waste handling system was installed, which lent itself for recycling of water. The campus during the initial days used a 800 kilowatt steam power plant for meeting the power requirements, running the classroom air conditioning systems, and even supplying hot water to the accommodations.
Dr. Tolani was very particular about not living with his mistakes. We made a few walls and broke them. He's saying this institute will outlive all of us. Best of people make mistakes. The only person who doesn't make a mistake is he doesn't do anything. Definitely, he doesn't make a mistake. It's fine. But he was very clear. That's another, what you say, the Guru mantra we had was, we will not live with our mistakes. If you make a mistake, correct it and move on.
As swimming skills are a must for seafarers, TMI was equipped with a semi-Olympic swimming pool having a minimum depth of 6 feet.
It was an honor and privilege for me to manage and supervise all acquiring land and construction work at TMI under Dr. Tolani's kind guidance.
The BS Marine Engineering program, approved by DG Shipping in 1998, was started in collaboration with Birla Institute of Technology and Science, BITS Pilani. A unique 4-year nautical technology program, BS Nautical Technology, commenced in August 2003, spearheaded by Captain Krishnamurthy Iyer. By 2006, TMI had carved a niche in the Indian maritime industry. Industry heads and representatives from India and abroad visited TMI, instituted various awards, scholarships, and prizes, provided training aids and valuable feedback, because of which TMI was able to understand the needs of the ever-demanding industry comprehensively. The training facilities at TMI were modernized. Where possible, TMI made available the one machine, one trainee concept.
It has everything a future mariner would require to be the best in the business, and therefore students shine wherever they go.
A series of world-class simulators, absolutely state-of-the-art, that have been installed and have been brought within the pedagogy of all our programs for all our students.
In 2005, the Chief Surveyor, DG Shipping, Government of India, enforced that the Maritime Training Institutes have an IC engine lab with all shipboard machinery in operating condition in lieu of onboard internship. Dr. N.P. Tolani believed that TMI's internship program, which enabled on-board hands-on training, which was far more effective than any IC engine lab could provide. Much against the desires of Dr. N.P. Tolani, TMI had to go ahead with the project of an IC engine lab. An all-steel ship-in campus, christened Prabhu Vidya, was constructed under the able guidance of Dr. Sanjeev Kanungo.
It was a lifetime experience of executing this project, selecting the right equipment, transporting them to TMI, installing them at desired locations to suit the purpose, and making them functional was a challenge. This has helped our students to visualize the ship structure, its machineries, and their functioning.
Later, when Dr. N.P. Tolani visited Prabhu Vidya, despite his reservations about the project, he fully appreciated the efforts of the TMI faculty and staff. The institute has been a trailblazer of sorts in the domain with many firsts to its name. It is the first private maritime institute and one of the premier maritime institutes in the country. It was also one of its kind institutes to offer a distance learning course in nautical science. All the students of the pioneer batches of marine engineering 1998. And Nautical Technology, 2003, were placed in leading shipping companies.
What sets TMI apart purely as an educational institute is that our graduates doing extremely well in the industry. Our courses have been recognized by various international bodies. One of our biggest strengths is our placement partners, and the institute prides itself of an excellent placement record.
In 2016, TMI affiliated with Indian Maritime University, a central university, Government of India. TMI has always had a philosophy of producing independent thinkers and well-rounded individuals. Co-curricular events such as Transtech, Horizon, Regatta are conducted annually.
Students are encouraged to join clubs. There are plenty of clubs like reading club, writing club, cookery club, yoga club, robotics, artificial intelligence, arts club, photography club, you name it. And students should make the best of them.
TMI boasts of an infrastructure which gives students the opportunity to choose from a wide range of extracurricular activities. The facilities and the infrastructure at TMI are being continuously upgraded to keep in sync with the latest technological developments in the field, with growth at the institute, and to meet with the regulatory and industry requirements. Addition of such training platforms keeps the students on their toes and makes them better equipped in their professional capacity.
All this keeps the students on their toes and enables them to be better equipped when they venture out into that professional arena.
Whether it is to give the meritorious students a pat on the back or whether it is to provide assistance to the needy students, TMI since inception has been providing a range of scholarships to motivate the students and to pursue their academic goals stress-free. Girls have entered into many professional domains. TMI has always encouraged them by way of additional scholarships for girls. TMI provides to its residents a hygienic and safe environment at all times, thanks to its high level of housekeeping and security services. Basic medical care is provided 24/7 to all students on the campus. 100 plus TMI employees' families experience TMI campus life. Not only the students, but also all residents benefit from the well-manicured landscape, basic amenities, and transport facilities. Resident faculty and staff are provided transport facilities for their school-going children. Sanyukta, a ladies' club run by the wives of resident TMI faculty and staff, organizes get-togethers, events, and outdoor excursions for its members.
Being a residential campus, Madam Paputolani was of the view that the campus ladies and children need to interact often for their well-being and development. Thus, Sanyukta was born, and the Ladies Club is functioning ever since.
To date, TMI has produced more than 9,000 alumni who have carved a niche for themselves in the industry, occupying senior and significant positions. They are the ambassadors of TMI who have made TMI proud.
The pioneer batch, which entered in 1998 and passed out in 2002, probably that was my most joyous moment in TMI when the first batch really came out in the market from an institute which was privately owned, not by the government, and I had at least some contribution in that.
The commitment to providing world-class maritime training has percolated down to the administrative and support staff as well. The institute aspires to be a trendsetter in harmonizing and sustaining a financial, social, and environmental ecosystem suitable for nation building. TMI will endeavor to sustain and operate on a regulated zero-carbon footprint. The TMI team continuously strives to be a highly respected authority in the field of maritime education and training and beyond. Its endeavors to attract students to the institute and to be an invaluable resource to the industry for maritime-related solutions. TMI, in line with these thoughts, has set up systems which not only take care of the academics and non-academics, but also nurture its most valuable asset, the human resource.
All the best. All the best.
The ability of TMI to deliver high-quality maritime education and training did not go unnoticed. It was within a few years of the first graduating batch that TMI started receiving recognition by way of awards from the industry. There is an extensive list of awards TMI has to its name as it celebrates its Silver Jubilee year. The equipment, teaching methods, and students have changed over time. The one thing that hasn't changed, however, is that TMI makes its students ready to face not just the high seas, but the turbulence and calm of life too. The torch bearers of this pioneering institute have given all they can to bring TMI this far. They have done a commendable job in doing so. Or perhaps this is just the beginning.
Environment that we are exposed to here is the best.
As an institute, it carries such a huge responsibility of shaping individuals' life.
I'm proud to be studying in the best maritime training institute in India.
This college has a legacy of producing efficient mariners for the last 25 years. Now the onus is on us to carry forward this baton and become efficient mariners like our seniors.
A new dawn can be seen on the horizon as TMI marches forward towards those uncharted waters on its triumphant voyage. In the words of a well-wisher, the truest representation of success and achievements of the Institute are embodied in its graduates that we find in growing numbers, assuming leadership roles in the maritime community, and interestingly enough, in other industries also. The success of TMI graduates and those that have gone beyond the maritime sphere speak of the holistic ethos of TMI, wherein its students, not cadets, receive a complete education and not just training. This is what sets TMI apart from other institutions, preparing youth for a career in shipping. Knowing Dr. N.P. Tulani's love for Cornell University, one can only imagine that he would have liked to follow the popular Ezra Cornell quotation. I would found an institution where any person can find instruction in any study. The legacy which has been laid by Dr. N.P. Tulani is being capably carried forward by his daughter, Dr. Sujata Naik. The vision, experience, and zeal of one man, Dr. N.P. Tulani, made all this possible.